Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm meadsyreplays. Welcome back to the channel and a brand new tank for you. It is the Elefant. Basically, a better Ferdinand. It's a better Ferdinand, in my opinion. I do think it is much better than the Ferdinand. So, this tank is either... it might be wrong, but I think it's either coming today or it's coming tomorrow. And as far as I'm aware, I think it's actually coming in an event. So I don't know how much you're going to have to pay for it. I don't know if it's for free. I don't know if you have to put a lot of work in. Honestly, all I know is I believe it is coming in some kind of event. And I think it is coming tomorrow. But it might come today. I don't know. I really don't know any information apart from that. So we're going to have a look at the Elefant. We're going to look at the stats, and then we are going to get into some games. Now we're going to be quick with the stats because there are a couple of games I do want to show, just to show its strengths. So the armor, 200 millimeters of armor, very, very good armor. The armor is absolutely amazing, especially if you do angle it and you're in the right position. You can actually get a lot of bounces, which you were going to see in some of my games. So yeah, 200 on your front. So very, very good, especially if you are top tier. DPM, absolutely amazing. I mean, look at that DPM for a tier 8 tank, 3,416. Absolutely insane DPM. Now, I'm running this with the rammer. I'm not running it with the calibrated shells. I'm running it with the rammer because I really like that DPM. And I think even without the calibrated shells, I think the penetration is still good enough. So that is just a 6.15 seconds reload. Very low indeed. Penetration 248 on your AP, 283 on your APCR. So you can get that to almost 300 if you do run calibrated shells. And 60 on your HE. You have a 350 alpha gun, 260 on your APCR and 420 on your HE. Aim time not great at 3.9. Dispersion, however, isn't so bad at 0.308, and it does only have 7 degrees of gun depression with a top speed of 35 kilometers per hour. And actually, even though it's 35, it does feel a lot better, to be honest. It does feel a lot quicker. But yeah, 35 is the top speed. But we're going to see this game here on Middlesburg. Now, we're only going to show you the first bit because this is where the magic happens. And I just get bounce after bounce after bounce. Now, I do end up dying, and we do get penetrated there. So it's not impenetrable. People can penetrate you. As you can see, people are penetrating me. But if you wiggle and if you angle your tank, then honestly, the amount that you're going to bounce will be absolutely insane. Now, as I always say, don't just rely on the armor because you're not going to be impenetrable from the front. People will still be able to penetrate you, so do bear that in mind. But yeah, so far 840, 1140, and it's going to go up a little bit. We've only got 1800 damage, but I'm surprised I'm not dead yet. I don't do great here, but I mean, look, 2200 block damage. I'm on 42 hit points. There we go. I'm even more, 2480. I'm just bouncing freaking everything. And in the meantime, I've got 2.5k damage. 2.5k damage. We do end up losing this game, but I just wanted to show you that because I thought that was pretty funny where just nobody could penetrate me. Yes, I could say I was a bit of a noob because I was in the wrong kind of position, and this 87 actually has a really good game, and he actually wins it for the team, to be honest. And yeah, we lose, and it's all because of that 87. I think we lose. I can't remember, but let's get into a proper game. Did we lose? Yeah, we did lose. So the 80 actually did a pretty good job, but 2,480 block damage I thought was pretty good, to be honest. So we're going to get into another game. What game do I want? Let's go to the... Nope. This is completely the wrong. You don't want to see the Super Conqueror. We've already seen that video a couple of days ago. So, of course, it is the one I should have clicked. So we don't want to see that one. Let's go with Ghost Factory, because I think this one is actually a pretty solid game. So, yeah, if you are bottom tier coming up against tier 9s, then you're probably not going to penetrate or you're not going to bounce as many as you would hope. But honestly, I love the tank. I love almost everything about it. And even though it does go for sort of 35 kilometers per hour, I do think it's, you know, it's not that slow. It doesn't feel that slow. Going up hills, of course, it does feel a little bit slower. But when you're on flat ground like we are here now, I think, you know what, that's not too slow. I think that is not too bad at all. And the armor is just absolutely amazing. It really is. Again, you're not going to bounce everything, so do bear that in mind. But a lot of the time, a lot of the people are going to sort of rely on the armor and end up just getting absolutely torn apart. Because again, if you give people the chance to aim, just like we did there with the Chrysler K, if you give people the time to aim, they will aim at your weak points. And again, they will probably switch to their premium rounds, and then they will be able to penetrate you. So do bear that in mind, that yes, you do have good armor, but it's not unstoppable. People will still be able to penetrate you quite easily if you give them the chance. So like here, I mean, I'm sat still, he's not looking at me, luckily, so we are able to get some damage. And he's just sitting there, he's thinking that he's side scraping, but yeah, not for me, thank you very much. And that is now 1100 damage. Honestly, I can't believe just how good this DPM is. That's tier 10 material, you know, that is tier 10 DPM in a tier 8 tank, along with the armor as well. With that kind of DPM, I was expecting the armor profile to be really weak, but yeah, it's not. It really is strong. The penetration is strong. The DPM is strong. The speed, yeah, again, it's not the quickest, but I think it is perfectly acceptable. If this was quick, like the Panther 2 or something like that, then yeah, I just think that the tank would be mega OP. I don't think the tank is OP, but I do think it is very strong. And if you can get it for cheap, if it's for free, then of course, I don't think it will be for free. I really don't know. But if it is for free and you just have to play the event, I strongly recommend going for that event, because yeah, you're going to get a good tank. I think it looks fantastic as well with this legendary camouflage. I do think the tank looks very nice with these kind of camouflages. Now, 2 unlucky bounces against this STA, and when I'm talking about the armor, I mean, even here, look, I've lost 1200 hit point. No, I've lost, sorry, just over 1000 hit points, and we've only blocked 225 shots. So again, you can't really rely on that armor profile all the time. It's nice to get the bounces, and again, if you make it difficult for the enemy, then you will be able to get them bounces. But just don't sit in, if you are sort of in one location, trying to be in a hold down position or something like that at the back of the map, don't make it easy for them. If you can see a tank looking at you, don't just sit there. Wiggle your tank, go backwards and forward, make it difficult for them, and then it will be extremely difficult for them to be able to penetrate you. So yeah, overall, I absolutely love the tank. I think it's definitely better than the Ferdinand, and I also think it is better than the Panther 2 as well. As you can see there, we moved back, we moved a little, and we did get a bounce. But yeah, 2,500 damage done. There's 3 tanks. I don't want to die right now because it is a 3 versus 3. This Vindicator is a one-shot. I'm a one-shot. If we both die, it is going to be game over. And what I love about the tank as well, it's got decent alpha. For the DPM, for the reload, it's got really nice alpha. 350 alpha sort of every 6 seconds, 6.1 seconds, and you can get that down even more when you are using the adrenaline. So I just think the tank is crazy. I really do think it's crazy. It looks the part as well, and I will definitely be trying to get the tank if it is in the event, or depending on how much it is. I really want this tank in my garage because I do love this tank quite a bit. So I do get lucky here. This E25 is going to try and use his speed to circle me, but again, he's even struggling to penetrate me as well. We get the shot, and before he can get around us, my guy here is he does take the kill. So thank you to that 1-1-2. So we end up on 3.8k damage, and again, we got that quite easily. But I absolutely love this tank. So for now, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'm meadsy69, and I will catch you all soon. Bye bye.